If you want more clients for your marketing agency, then one thing you need to have absolutely dialed in is your messaging. So I've been talking with a lot of agency owners lately, and they're using their network and they're using outreach to start to get leads and have conversations that lead to people becoming clients down the road. But one thing that a lot of them are missing is clear messaging and a clear content strategy. So the thing is, when people are doing outreach and they're having these DM conversations, you really should have a content plan to back that so that people warm up to you quicker and the know, like, and trust factor is accelerated. So today I'm going to walk you through 9 core beliefs that you can weave into your content to help move people from cold to sold and take them on a journey that is going to pre-qualify them before they even get on a call with you and help warm them up to you as a likable expert. Now, before we dive in, if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Nathan. I'm a business coach, and I help agency owners scale to 7 figures. And in today's training, I'm going to walk you through these 9 core beliefs. This is something that I've picked up from my mentor, Jason Moss, and I've adapted rather for agency owners in this specific case. So let's dive in. So there's really 9 beliefs that you can touch on in your marketing messaging. And if you think about this, marketing and sales are really the same thing. So essentially, we're taking people through a sales process in our marketing so that by the time they're ready to schedule a call with us and explore our services further, they've already been through all these belief shifts that are just going to make the actual discovery call or the sales call way more engaging, way more productive, and it's really going to help accelerate that know, like, trust factor. So let's dive into each belief. So we have 9 core beliefs. So the first belief is pain. And this is essentially there's a problem in the life of your client that they need solved. And that problem has consequences. That problem has different symptoms as they show up in their lives. They're currently making a lot of different mistakes. And you can really highlight this in your content to really emphasize and drive this home. So let's say that you help roofing contractors get more leads for their business, right? So the pain would be they're currently not getting enough customers. They don't have enough leads coming in. Their revenue is not predictable. They're, hiring these fly-by-night marketing agencies, or they're trying out billboards, or they're trying out other ad strategies that just plain don't work. So you can kind of leverage all of these pain points into your marketing, and they're going to really resonate with that. And they're going to see that you really understand them and understand their world and where they're at right now with their problem. So pain is a big one. Pain is something that people run from, and it drives them to action. So knowing what pains and problems your ideal clients have and how you can communicate those through your marketing message is going to really help accelerate your results and help people really resonate with you. And it's going to help people warm up to you as well. So a few questions that you can ask here as you're making content around, the pain or the problems are, what's the number one biggest pain point that my niche has? So if you are doing a, lead gen agency, for example, it's lack of leads, it's lack of customers. And you really want to emphasize here, like, how that problem is specifically impacting all these different areas of their life. And again, this is going to increase your relevancy in their eyes. It's going to establish expertise, and they're really going to feel the empathy and see you as somebody who understands them and can help them solve their problem. So second belief is desire. So, this is kind of taking people to the promised land. There's somewhere else that they want to be, right? They're in the same example we're using. If you're a lead gen agency, they want to have a full sales pipeline. They want to have new clients coming on every single day, and they want to be able to market themselves effectively to generate, tons of leads, get new customers, have predictable growth, those types of things. So, you really want to look at like what's the biggest desire that your ideal client has. And so again, like looking at like a lead generation or like PPC type agency, their desire is like more customers, more clients, more predictability in their business. So if you're able to really paint the picture of that through your content, this is again going to help build up a lot of resonance. It's going to create a lot of relevancy between you and the people that you are marketing your services to. And it's going to really show that you understand them. Because at the end of the day, we really want to have that transfer of trust and understanding and have people see you as a likable expert and somebody who can help them. So desire is a big one. You can kind of paint the picture of like what their life will look like after they start working with you, after they start getting the results, and, really get in their head and think like, what do they ultimately want? Will this take the stress off of growing their business? Are they going to be able to get clients predictably as a result of this? Are they going to be able to have, a full pipeline of leads? Is their brand really going to shine online? Are they going to have a website that actually converts and brings in clients? These types of things. So for each of these, as I go through them too, you can create different content ideas for each. Like with pain, is like, what problems do they have? And then create, 3 or 4 content ideas around that. Like, what mistakes are they making? What are the current problems that they're faced with in their business? And like with desire, you can have like different tips and different outcomes and different strategies that you can share to help them actually get a result. So belief number 3 is cost. So this is basically getting into the consequences. Like, if things don't change, then what's going to happen? So it's probably going to get worse for them, right? So if they don't have enough leads coming into their business, then the sales are going to dry up, and their crews aren't going to be so busy, and their staff, maybe they'll have to lay people off, maybe they'll have to downsize the business. Maybe they're going to be on this hamster wheel of like networking all the time and trying to drum up referrals, and it's just exhausting for them. So these types of things you can really illustrate through your content, and you can also weave these beliefs together so that you're hitting on multiple cylinders in the content that you produce. So we want to talk about, with cost, the negative consequences that they'll experience if they kind of keep going down the path that they're on, and the negative impact that that's going to have on their life. And you can use like client stories to illustrate this. You can say like, when I first started working with Bob, he wasn't getting enough leads for his business, and then we implemented this perfect sales funnel, and he started getting new leads every day and was able to sign new clients within a few short months, something like that. So this is really powerful when you can really like reflect this kind of pain back to them and show that you understand their world. It's going to build up so much trust, so much resonance. And I keep coming back to this word relevancy, because ultimately we want to be hyper relevant to the niche that we serve with our agency services. So next we have help. So, basically this is like, I can't do it on my own. So if someone is going to buy your agency services, they can't have the belief that like, I can do this by myself, right? They can't have like the DIY mindset. So you really want to illustrate in your content as well, like, here's the mistakes most people make when they try to go it alone, or here's how to get results even faster when you have expert help, or like, here's what most businesses don't know about generating leads online. Stuff that really illuminates the gap and also shows them like the pitfalls of going it on their own and trying to get the result for themselves. And again, like, you can use testimonials, you can use personal observation that you've had with other clients that you've worked with, or what you see going on in the market. But the underlying idea here is that we want to show people like, hey, you actually need help to get this result, and like doing it on your own is time consuming. It's going to cost you a lot of money. you're going to spend years trying to figure it out, and you're going to leave a lot of money and lost revenue on the table in the meantime. So belief number 5 is process. And we want to show people that there's actually a process that they can follow to get the result that they want. And the reason that this is important is people's intellectual mind needs something to grasp onto when they're considering hiring your agency. So if you have a process that's like, the video ads method to generate more customers, something like that, or, the perfect sales agency system, then they can actually connect the dots a little bit better and see that like, oh, there's actually like a process that I can follow. Like I have the 7-figure agency method, for example, which is leads, sales, and retention. So you want to show people that there's a process that they can follow to reliably get the result that you're promising. And so this is like your method, your framework, your proven formula, whatever it might be. This is important to have for somebody's intellectual mind to actually like latch onto and see that there's like, hey, if I just do these steps, then I can get this result. So again, all 5 of these beliefs so far, if somebody has these before getting onto a sales call with you, it's going to make the impact of that call so much more powerful. They're going to be way more open to talking with you and giving you like good information that's actually going to help them and help you determine if it's a good fit to move forward. So with process, you really want to talk about the steps that you take a client through to get them from A to B. You also want to talk about like what makes your process different from other people in your niche that they might be considering. And, you can explain why, let's say they've hired like a marketing agency in the past and they got terrible results, which like 99% of businesses out there have all been burned. So you can explain why your process is superior and why other people don't get the same results as you. So belief number 6 is expert. And this one kind of comes across naturally as you share these other beliefs, because what people are going to see as you're creating content that's hyper relevant to them and really resonates with them, and they feel seen, they feel your empathy, they're going to just naturally see you as an expert and somebody that can help them. So this one kind of happens naturally as you show up more, as you share more. But, in terms of practical how-to, you can share like tips, you can share guidance, even like content like this that I'm making right now. That's like, hey, here's like these beliefs that you need to have when you're making content. This type of stuff is really helpful for proving your expertise. Any authority building content you have, like you speaking on stage, getting some kind of award, like I have this Comma Club award. This is a, hint of my expertise. And so these types of things help build your authority and build trust in someone else's mind. Pictures of you with like celebrities, stuff like that also helps too. So belief number 7 is objections. And so really, as you have more sales calls, you want to pay attention to like, what are people's objections, right? Like, I can't afford it, or like, I don't have the time, or, I have to think about it. Like, you can actually create content around the objections that people have. So, if somebody says that they can't afford it, for example, you can illustrate the ROI through like case studies or through your knowledge of the industry and why they can't afford to not invest in marketing to grow their business, things like that. So if you can find a way to isolate different objections that you've heard about your service and weave those into your content, you can move people through them before you even talk to them. So, if they need to think about it, like that one is a little bit more vague, but, you can kind of find the underpinning of what that really is and say like, when I talk to most people who say that they need to think about investing in marketing, it's really uncertainty or insecurity around whether or not this will work for them. And here's why. And then you can kind of break through that objection through your content. So really here we want to like reframe limiting beliefs, any excuses that they have for not investing in marketing, for not getting help from an agency. I've tried this before and I've been burned, those types of things. You can reframe everything through your content, and this can be like super powerful by the time someone's ready to talk with you. So the next belief is timing. And this is essentially why now is the best time to invest in marketing for themselves. So, when people want to build an email list or something like that, like the best time to start is a year ago, right? So you really want to illustrate here why now is the perfect time for them to actually get started with the process of marketing their business. And, the longer you wait, the longer you delay the results. And, you can also talk about external reasons. If you have like promotions or you do a launch and you have a deadline, this can also increase scarcity and enforce like a timing of when they need to sign up. So timing, again, really powerful belief. People need to believe that like now is the time to take action. And lastly, and this one is my twist, but the belief of investing, like I need to invest in myself to reach my goals. And so if we put this out there and say like, all of these beliefs are great, but if someone ultimately gets on a call and like doesn't believe in investing in themselves, then they're never going to invest in marketing for their business. So we really need to iterate this belief of like, I need to invest in my business in order to reach my goals. And like the money I put in is going to grow the business. It's going to get me the leads that I need. It's going to give me the runway that I need to actually, see the growth that I want. So you can talk about reasons that they should invest in themselves to make a change, to grow their business. You can use stories about, how, you've invested in your own education and your own knowledge and your own growth and the results it's got for your business and the impact it's had on your life. So really, we just want to isolate like why someone should invest in your agency to like grow their revenue and make a change in their business. And again, you can weave in like personal stories about how you've done that for yourself, programs that you've invested in, skills that you've acquired, hiring other like done for you services and the results that you've got. And that can be really powerful in terms of helping shift that belief. So that's pretty much it for these 9 core beliefs. If you have any questions, you can feel free to DM me directly on Facebook or LinkedIn and be happy to chat with you there. And if you want the worksheet that goes with these beliefs, you can comment worksheet below and I will reach out to you personally and deliver the worksheet where you can actually identify like what pieces of content you want to make around each belief so that you have a higher chance of actually converting cold traffic into clients. So hope this has been helpful, guys. Again, if you're out there making content, you really want to focus on these beliefs in your content to help warm people up to you, to establish relevancy, and to create more resonance with your audience and show them that you really understand them and that you're someone who can be a trusted authority to help them in their journey with their business. So again, if you want the worksheet that goes with this, comment sheet below. I'd love to send that over to you and help you get started with upping your game, improving your messaging, and creating a business that attracts more and more clients online without having to worry about networking or referrals or doing all this outreach. This is going to add fuel to the fire for you and help you accelerate your results. So comment sheet below. I'll give you the workbook and we'll see you on the next live.